Hi everyone, and welcome back to the S&P Saga, your weekly recap of the S&P 500 index. We'll reveal the winners and losers that drove 97% of the index performance and which companies will announce earnings next week. As usual, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to understand how individual stocks impact the S&P 500. Let's jump right into this week's review. The S&P 500 closed the week at $6,025.99, down 0.2% from last week and losing $159 billion of market cap. The P/E ratio, based on current price and latest earnings, stands at 30.13, down 0.5 points since last week. Let's go to your gainers. NVDA is up $239.3 billion or 8.1%, boosted by major tech companies like Amazon and Alphabet announcing substantial increases in capital expenditure for AI infrastructure, reaffirming their partnership with NVIDIA despite earlier concerns about competition from Chinese AI startup DeepSeek. Palantir up $64.6 billion or 34.4%, driven by strong fourth quarter earnings that surpassed expectations, a positive 2025 revenue outlook, and increased demand for its AI platform. Lilly up $64.2 billion or 8.3%, driven by a 45% increase in fourth quarter revenue, primarily due to strong sale of its diabetes and obesity drugs, Mounjaro and Zepbound, leading the company to increase its 2025 revenue guidance. Meta up $64.2 billion or 3.7% on no specific news. Costco up $28.4 billion or 6.5% as the company reported a 9.2 year-over-year increase in January sales, driven by a 7.5% rise in same-store sales and a 13.6% boost in e-commerce, and reached a tentative agreement with the Teamsters Union to avert a potential strike. Walmart up $24.8 billion or 3.2% on no specific news. JP Morgan up $23.9 billion or 3.2% on no specific news as well. Philip Morris up $22.1 billion or 10.9%, driven by strong fourth quarter earnings that surpassed expectations. This is primarily due to increased demand for its smoke-free products like Zyn nicotine pouches and IQOS devices. Broadcom up $16.9 billion or 1.6% on no specific news. Uber is up $16.3 billion or 11.6%, driven by Bill Ackman's Pershing Square Capital Management acquiring a $2 billion stake. Moving to your losers. Alphabet is down $232.1 billion or 9.2% following the announcement of a $75 billion capex plan for 2025, focusing on AI infrastructure, which exceeded analysts' expectations and raised concern about potential impacts on free cash flow and earnings. Tesla down $138.2 billion or 10.6% following reports of a significant sales drop in key markets, including an 11% decrease in China and over 60% declines in Germany and France, amid concerns over CEO Elon Musk's political engagements and their potential impact on the company's image. Apple down $125.9 billion or 3.5% on no specific news. Amazon is down $89.7 billion or 3.6% following a mixed fourth quarter earnings report where, despite an 86% increase in earnings per share, the company cloud computing division, AWS, reported a 19% revenue growth, slightly below expectations, and the outlook for first quarter sales and operating income also fell short of analyst expectations. Microsoft down $39.5 billion or 1.3% on no specific news. Merck down $29.1 billion or 11.7% after the company announced a temporary halt in Gardasil vaccine shipments to China due to inventory issues, leading to a downward revision of its 2025 sales forecast. Accenture down $18.2 billion or 7% as the company announced the acquisition of Stoffen AG to enhance its manufacturing and supply chain capabilities franchise. KKR down $16.4 billion or 11.1% as the firm reported weaker than expected results. Salesforce down $15.3 billion or 4.7% after the company appointed Robin Washington as the new president, COO, and CFO, COFO for short, a consolidation of power that did not impress investors. United Health down $14.3 billion or 2.9%, On the company engaging with the SEC regarding investor Bill Ackman's critical comments. This week, there were no changes announced to the S&P 500. Q4 2024 earnings are still on, with 124 members releasing earnings last week and 226 companies left to report. 76 S&P 500 members will release earnings during the week ending February 7th, 2025. And the most interesting will be McDonald's and Vertex Pharmaceuticals on February 10th, Coca-Cola, S&P Global, and Gilead Sciences on February 11th, Cisco on February 12th, and finally John Deere, Applied Materials, and Palo Alto Networks on February 13th. Which company do you think will top the list next week and why? Let us know in the comments below and subscribe for our weekly updates. To find out why Apple and Meta were up last week, you should watch this video next.